Okay guys, in today's session we are starts a new chapter, the motion in a plane. Up to this day we are studying about the motion in a one dimension, means motion along a one particular direction. Okay, maybe horizontal, maybe vertical, like this. Right now in this chapter we are studying the motion in a plane, means xy coordinates, xyz, means two dimension and three dimension, and one another case is a projectile motion. So let's we start our first case, motion in two dimension and three dimension. So let's we start this. So first, vector concept of a displacement in a plane. If you consider any plane means xy plane, xyz, like this. Okay, you just consider, suppose that's x and y axis, x and y axis. So here this whatever this plane formed by the x and y axis is called it's just a xy plane. Similar, suppose you consider x and z axis, then the plane is formed by x and z axis, like this. So how we represent this? Any position vector in two dimension and three dimension, as we discussed in the previous sessions. Let's consider, suppose this point is P, and P having a coordinates x and y, and its position vector is supposed to be OP. Then how you represent this? If it is R, then we know, if you consider the two dimension, then R is generally represented as a xi plus yj, or in terms of point it is also represents p xy. If you consider the three dimension, then how you represent position vector? So R is equal to xi plus yj plus zk, or you represents p xyz, and like this. Okay, so this is the just representation of any position vector in a coordinate system. And if you want to represent the position vector from one point to another point, then it's suppose you want to write this position vector AB, as we discussed in previous sessions. Okay, so that's what position vector of B minus position vector of A, like this. Okay, or you just write position vector RB minus position vector of A, so RA. So you just get this answer by this way. And how we get this, we already discussed in previous session. So this is just revision of a position vector in two dimension, three dimension. So this is the one way to write the position vector. Okay, let's we just continue our session with this motion in case of two dimension and three dimension. Let's we start this one. So first one is motion in 2D and 3D. Then consider all this component x, y and z are separate here. X, y and z are separate here. For why we are just consider this separate? You consider the same figure as we just drawn in a previous slide. Suppose that's x and y and point P. So let's you consider O. Now you just move, if any particle is moved from point O to point P along this one, and that's a position vector R. So R is what? OP. But if you consider the same situation like this, if you are move along x-axis first up to this one, and then after you move along y-axis, means parallel to y-axis. So if you are moved from here to here, means O to A, and then A to P, your displacement does not change. Your displacement is as it is. If you consider move along x-axis x and move along y-axis y, then coordinate of P is what? xy. So if you just consider this displacement is equal to R, or you can write down displacement is equal to xi plus yj. These both are same. You may be write down the displacement is equal to R, or you may be write down the displacement is equal to xi plus yj. There is no difference. Meaning what? Means if you consider the displacement with this particular direction as represented with the R or xi plus yj, this both are same. Means all the component, in case of displacement, all this component along x, y and z axis are just considered as separate, and you just take a summation. You get the answer, same answer. Okay, if similarly if you write the consider in the three dimension, that is in a two dimension, if you consider the three dimension, then displacement is equal to R, or displacement is equal to xi plus yj plus zk. Both are same. Okay, मतलब कि if you move from O to P along this direction, or if you are moved from O to P along x direction and then y direction, your answer is same. For displacement, your answer does not change. Answer is same, x plus xi plus yj, or directly r, and in this figure. Okay, so this is means here you consider this particles move along x axis separately, along y axis separately. Particles move along x axis separately and along y axis separately. Then you get the final answer, r is equal to xi plus yj. Okay, so this same concept is applicable in case of velocity and the velocity, and in case of acceleration you can apply the same theory. Okay, and here you must be understand this concept like this. Suppose you consider this x axis and y axis, same figure, x axis and y axis. So particle is somewhere here at point O. So at the same time particle is move along x axis as well as particle is move along y axis. Particle is move along x axis as well as particle is move along y axis. Finally, after covering some distance, particle reach somewhere here and cover some distance x along x axis, and particle reach somewhere here and cover some distance y along y axis. So what is this motion actually? So you just draw the parallelogram, so like this. Okay, parallelogram, exact same figure like this. So if you consider this one, then that is r. So here what we are doing actually, so particle is move along x and y like same at the same time simultaneously like this. Okay, x axis and y axis. You just consider x axis and you consider y axis. Particle is moving along both the axes at the same time like this. Okay, and displacement is what you just consider like this parallelogram. So that's inclined line is a displacement. Okay, means initial position is this one and final position is this one. So by this way you just consider thus all the dimensions are separate to each other. All the dimensions are separate to each other and you get the answer. Okay, let's we come to this next one. Next, velocity vector. So how you represent the velocity vector? So velocity vector, v is equal to vxi plus vyj plus vz. Simple. V is equal to vxi, like r is equal to xi plus yj plus zk, means all those components are separate. Here also all components are separate. X component is vx, y component is vy, z component is vz. Then net velocity is what? The summation of all. The summation of all. Like displacement in x direction is x, displacement in y direction is y. Then net displacement is what? Xi plus yj. Similarly, v is equal to what? Vxi plus vyj plus vzk, where vx is what? Velocity along x direction, vy is what? Velocity along y direction, vz is what? Velocity along z direction. You get this answer. So what is the vx actually? So if you just take r, if you consider the displacement vector r is equal to xi plus yj plus zk, then what is v? So v is equal to dr by dt. So take the differentiation of this one. So v is equal to dx by dti plus dy by dtj plus dz by dtk. So that's the net velocity. If you compare this both this equation, if you compare in this both equation, then this is vx. So vx is what actually? Dx by dt. What is vy? So vy is equal to dy by dt. And what is vz? Vz is equal to what? Dz by dt. So by this way you just get the all velocity along x axis, along y axis and along z axis, and then after you just take a summation like this, you get the answer. If you consider this one, see, if you consider this situation, then what is displacement here? How you just write the displacement? Magnitude. So magnitude r is equal to under root x square plus y square plus z square. Or direction, if you want to finding out the direction, then find the unit vector. So r unit vector is equal to vector upon its magnitude. Okay, so by this way you just getting this direction of displacement. So what about velocity? So for the same thing, for velocity you just apply the same thing. What is magnitude? So if you have to finding out the magnitude, then v is equal to under root vx square plus vy square plus vz square. That's a velocity, magnitude. So that's the net velocity actually, magnitude of the velocity in 3 dimension under first component square plus second component square plus third component square. First component means what? Vx. Second component means what? Vy. And third component means what? Vz. So by this way you just get this answer, vx square plus vy square plus vz square. And what about direction? So actually we know direction of velocity is equal to direction of motion. Direction of motion means what? Direction of velocity. Direction of motion is equal to what? Direction of motion. So whenever you want a direction of motion, you just finding out the velocity direction. So direction of velocity. How we just get this answer, direction of velocity? So you just find the unit vector. So v unit vector is equal to v vector upon magnitude of v. V vector upon magnitude of v. That is the direction of velocity. But for 2 dimension, that is one special case. For 2 dimension, if you consider this one like this, see, x axis and y axis, and here is the particle. So particle having some velocity along x direction is supposed to be vx, and particle having some velocity along y direction is supposed to be vy. So what is this net velocity? So net velocity, you just draw this figure. So this is net velocity. What is net velocity? V is equal to vxi plus vyj. Vxi plus vyj. If this angle is theta, consider, suppose its angle is theta, then tan theta also gives us direction, as we know. So what is tan theta? So here tan theta is equal to vy upon vx, opponent upon adjacent, opponent upon adjacent, and theta is with x axis. Here theta is with x axis. If you consider with y axis, then vx upon vy. यहाँ पे हमने थीटा कहाँ पे लिया है? With x axis. Okay, so इस तरह से आप फाइंड कर सकते हो. So what is a vx? Dx by dt. What is a vy? Dy by dt. What is vz? Dz by dt. Similar way, if this type of thing is given, this type of case is given to, then how to find the average velocity? So that's another concept, average velocity. So let's consider, suppose if disposition vector, then how to find this? If position vector r is given like this, xi plus yj plus zk, then how you just get the average velocity? Then average velocity you just finding by this way. See, what is average velocity actually? So average velocity is equal to displacement upon time. That is a general rule. Okay, so how we get this? So average velocity along x direction is equal to x final minus x initial upon delta t. Average velocity along y direction is equal to y final minus y initial upon delta t, and average velocity along z direction is equal to z final minus z initial upon delta t. So this is the equation of average velocity. Means whenever you just want average velocity, you are use this equation, you get the answer. X final minus x initial है तो vx मिलेगा, y final minus y initial है तो vy मिलेगा, z final minus z initial है तो vz. Okay, so by this way you get the answer of average velocity. You must be note it, average velocity concept. You must be note average velocity concept for 3 dimension and 2 dimension. For 3 dimension and 2 dimension. By this way you getting this answer. Okay, note it. Let's see. And whenever you just use this concept, you remember this everything. Okay, how you get this all this data. Now let's come to the next case. Next case is what actually? That's the acceleration. What is this? Acceleration vector. Here also we consider this all those dimension are separate. So acceleration is what? Net acceleration is equal to x direction acceleration plus y direction acceleration plus z direction acceleration. So axi plus ayj plus azk. Axi plus ayj plus azk, that is acceleration. So what is velocity actually? So generally v gives velocity in this way, as we just discussed in a previous slide. So v is equal to vxi plus vyj plus vzk. So take the differentiation. So acceleration is equal to what? dv by dt. So to take the differentiation of this one, so dvx upon dti plus dvy upon dtj plus dvz upon dtk. If you compare this both this equation, then you get this answer. See here, this terms is represents ax, so ax is equal to dvx upon dt. This term represents ay, so ay is equal to dvy upon dt, and this term represents az, so az is equal to dvz upon dt. So exactly similar. Acceleration is also in a 3 dimension. If acceleration is in 3 dimension, then you just take it separately. Okay, x component is separate, y component is separate, z component is separate, everything is separate. Each motions are considered as a separate. Here you are not consider this, all this are together, and then after means you find first separate terms, and then after you just add to each other, you get this answer. Okay, now what is the magnitude? If you want to finding out the magnitude, again use the same rule. So acceleration is equal to under root first component square plus second component square plus third component square. And how you get the direction? So direction of acceleration is find by the unit vector. So unit vector is equal to what? Vector upon its magnitude. मतलब किसी भी डायरेक्शन चाहिए तो सबका यूनिट वेक्टर फाइंड करना है, तो इस तरह से आपको मिल जाएगा. ठीक है, means whenever you just get this answer, you apply this concept, you getting this answer. Now what do you think about the average acceleration? So what is actual average acceleration? So average acceleration is what? If velocity is given like this, see, velocity is given like this, v is equal to vxi plus vyj plus vzk. If velocity is this one, what is average acceleration? So average acceleration, general formula, average acceleration is equal to change in velocity upon time. That is a general formula. So from this, what is average acceleration along x direction? सेपरेटली काउंट करना है, तो x डायरेक्शन का एवरेज एक्सेलरेशन कैसे फाइंड करना है? डेल्टा वी एक्स अपॉन डेल्टा टी, मतलब कि v फाइनल x माइनस v इनिशियल x अपॉन डेल्टा t. हाउ यू जस्ट गेट द आंसर ऑफ एवरेज एक्सेलरेशन along y डायरेक्शन? सो डेल्टा v y अपॉन डेल्टा t, सो v फाइनल y माइनस v इनिशियल y अपॉन delta t. How you get the answer of average acceleration along z direction? So delta vz upon delta t. What is the answer? V final along z direction minus v initial along z direction upon delta t. So by this way, by this equation, you get the answer of average acceleration. What is instant acceleration? Instant acceleration is ax is equal to dvx by dt, ay is equal to dvy by dt, and so on. Okay, but here as average acceleration, you just get this by this way, and you get the final answer. Okay, all of you guys note this, then after we are go to this next one. Note it. Let's see. So this is the basic concept. Similarly, if you consider the x and y coordinates like this, x and y coordinates, these are the objects. Okay, so this you gives this separate component here vx, here ax, here x, means all are along x axis. If you give a separate component here vy, ay, y, everything along y axis, okay, then you get the resultant in this direction. Means you just finding out the theta, you get the answer also. That is a two method to get the answer. First one is direction is find by the unit vector, and second one is direction is find by the finding of the theta. Okay, so you get the whole answer. So here we use this each concept. Now some special notes. You consider this situation as we just discussed in a previous one, in a one dimension motion. You just apply the whole concept of one dimension motion here, you get the whole answer. Okay, so first concept is what? You just suppose x, you have a x, then you just consider this differentiation of x, you get the vx. What do you get? Velocity, but here vx. If you differentiation of vx, then you get the answer of ax. Okay, means what? Dx by dt, you get the answer vx. You just dvx by dt, means what? You get the answer of ax. Now opposite case, if you have a acceleration ax, if you have a acceleration ax, then you take an integration, you get the answer of velocity. You get the answer of velocity, and you just get again integrate this one, then you get the answer of x. Okay, means what? Integration dv is equal to integration ax dt. Integration dv is equal to integration ax dt. Okay, ax dt, you get the vx. Similar way, you get the answer integration dx is equal to integration vx dt, you get this one. Okay, that's just a first case. Now exactly similar, if you apply the same concept for y, you apply the same concept for y axis also. So if you have a y, you just take a differentiation dy by dt, you get the vy. You take a differentiation again dvy by dt, you get the ay. And if you take an integration opposite, you get the integration, means integration ay dt, you get the vy, and integration vy dt, you get the y. Okay, and you apply the same concept for z also. So if you have a z, you take the differentiation dz by dt, you get the vz, you get the dvz by dt, means az. Okay, again opposite cases also apply integration. Okay, so all of you must be note this, that is a special note. That is what? Special note. Okay, so by this way you apply the same concept for y and z direction, exactly similar. Okay, if you perform the different operation with the x, then you get the vx and ax. Similarly, you just perform this x all this operation with the y, then you get the vy and ay and so on. Okay, so not this one. Okay, now another special note, you again note it also. Suppose you have a x versus, let's start with the first one. Suppose you have a versus t diagram. A versus t diagram. Okay, so what is the area? What is area? So area is equal to what? Delta v, change in velocity. If you consider here that's a ax versus t diagram, then change in velocity delta vx. Similarly, a y versus t diagram you have, then area of this diagram, it gives us delta vy. Similarly, a z versus t diagram you have, a z versus t diagram, then area of this diagram gives you delta vz. Okay, means you have whatever the concept you applied in a one dimension, you apply this all this concept in 3 dimensions, you get this whole answer. Now the second special note, suppose you have a v versus t diagram. What do you have? V versus t diagram. Then here you get this two answers. Slope is equal to what? A. Slope is equal to a, and area is equal to what? Displacement. Area is equal to what? Displacement. So if you consider this situation, if you have a vx versus t diagram, then slope is what? Actually acceleration along x direction. Area is what? Displacement along x direction. Similarly, if you have a vy versus t diagram, then slope is equal to what? Acceleration along y direction, and area is equal to what? Displacement along y direction. Okay, similarly vz versus t diagram, then slope is equal to what? Az, and area is equal to displacement along z direction. So all of you guys also you are not this all this thing. Whatever concept you applied along x direction in a first chapter of motion, here you also apply the all concept along y and z direction. Only your symbols are different. You just change your symbols, nothing else. Okay. So all of you guys note this. Then after we are go to this next one. Note it. We come to this back to the study. Now this next one is what actually. So constant accelerating motion in 2 dimension and 3 dimension. So here we apply the same all this rule here, whatever the constant is. What is this original equation? So V is equal to V0 plus AT. Second equation, x minus x0 is equal to V0t plus 1 half AT square. Next, x minus x0 is equal to V square minus V0 square upon 2a, and x minus x0 is equal to v plus v0 upon 2 into t. So these all are equation of a constant accelerating motion. Equation number 1, equation number 2, equation number 3 and equation number 4. Now if you have to apply the same rule here, then v is equal to v0 plus at, like this. If you apply the same rule here, then what? R minus R0 is equal to V0t plus 1 half AT square. Okay, and similarly here you apply this rule. Similarly here you apply this rule, but it is not very useful for us. If you have to apply the same rule in this situation, then you use this rule. See, I am just writing this another rules for the 2D and 3D. Okay, means all this equation are like you just find like this. Vx is equal to V0x plus ax into t. Vy is equal to V0y plus ay into t, and Vz is equal to V0z plus az into t. मतलब कि आप पहले ऐसे सेपरेट फाइंड कर लो, उसके बाद v चाहिए आपको, देन v इज इक्वल टू व्हाट? Vxi प्लस Vyj प्लस Vz की आप ऐसे v फाइंड कर सकते हो. ठीक है, मतलब कि कोई भी इक्वेशन आपको दिया ऐसे Vx Vy Vz सेपरेट फाइंड करो, उसका ऐसे वैल्यू रख दो. ठीक है, सिमिलरली आपको सपोज एक्सेलरेशन का लिखना है, तो इसमें एक्सेलरेशन फाइंड करना है, या फिर एक्स वाई जेड फाइंड करना है, आर फाइंड करना है. आर फाइंड करना है तो आप ये इक्वेशन लिखो. चलो, यू जस्ट कंसिडर दिस इक्वेशन. Let's see, suppose we just write this equation separately. How we write this separate equation? So x minus x0 is equal to v0t plus 1 half at square, but it is not proper way right now. Right now v0xt into plus 1 half axt square. Similarly, y minus y0 is equal to v0yt plus 1 half ay t square, and z minus z0 is equal to v0 zt plus 1 half az t square. Now after getting this one, how you just find this net one? So net is equal to what? R is equal to under root, sorry, that's not magnitude, we have to find this all this thing. So here R is equal to xi प्लस वाई जे प्लस जेड के. मतलब कि एग्जाम्पल सॉल्व करने के लिए कुछ ऐसा यूज करना है आपको. ठीक है, मिस यू जस्ट अप्लाई दिस रूल each rules and you get the answer in this way. Okay, so all of you guys must be note this everything and you getting this answer. Okay, and in vector form, if you want to write this all this equation in vector form, then you write this equation in this form, like the vector form. Vector form में आप all you just write this equation this way. See, v is equal to v0 plus at. Means you just write the v separately, v0 separately, at separately. First equation. Second equation, x minus x0 is equal to v0t plus 1 half at square. Third equation को कुछ अच्छी तरह से लिखना होगा. So 2a dot x minus x0 is equal to v square minus v0 square. और fourth equation, x minus x0 is equal to v प्लस v0 अपॉन 2 इंटू टी। तो वेक्टर फॉर्म में आप सभी इक्वेशन को ऐसे लिख सकते हो, ठीक है। सॉरी, यहाँ पे r रखना होगा, माई मिस्टेक, नॉट x, my mistake, everywhere put you r because we just count the 3 dimension. Okay, so what is this answer? R minus r0 dot r minus r0 and here r minus r0. Okay, so आप इस इक्वेशन का यूज़ करके ऐसे भी आप फाइंड कर सकते हो। मीन्स ये 3 डायमेंशन इक्वेशन है। अब तक जो हमने लिखा था 1 डायमेंशन एक्स या वाई के फॉर्म में लिखा था, लेकिन अभी ये 3 डायमेंशन में से वेक्टर के फॉर्म में भी लिख सकते हो। आप इससे भी एग्जांपल सोल्व कर सकते हो और सेपरेट फाइंड करके आप सेपरेट फाइंड कर लो, उसके बाद उसको इक्वेशन पुट कर आप उस दोनों मेथड से एक बार एग्जाम्पल सोल्व कर सकते हो, ठीक है। सो आप ये भी नोट कर लो, वेक्टर फॉर्म में कॉन्स्टेंट एक्सेलरेटिंग मोशन इक्वेशन, कॉन्स्टेंट एक्सेलरेटिंग मोशन इक्वेशन, इस तरह से भी आप फाइंड कर सकते हो और आप ऐसे सेपरेट फाइंड करके इसे भी फाइंड कर सकते हो। तो मोस्टली वी फॉलो द सेकेंड मेथड, वी जस्ट फाइंड द सेपरेट ईच टर्म सेपरेटली एंड पुट इनटू दिस इक्वेशन. Okay, means you get the answer by using the both method. Okay, all of you guys note this, then after we go to this next one. Note it. Let's see next one. Example based on 2 dimension 3 dimension motion is the illustration number 4.4 from the textbook. The position of particle is given like this, r is equal to this one. Means see here you just consider this r is like this, r is equal to xi plus yj plus zk. आप इसको कंपेयर करो, r is equal to xi plus yj plus zk. So what is x here? Actually if here is this and then what is x? So x is equal to 3t. What is y? Y is equal to 2t square. And what is z? Z is equal to 5. Means you just getting this answer by comparison like this, where t is in second and coefficient have their proper units. Find the v of t and a of t. Find the v of t and a of t. Very simple. So first one, what is v actually? So v is equal to dr by dt. So put it, so d by dt of what is r? So r is equal to 3ti plus 2t square j plus 5k. Okay, so take the differentiation. So v is equal to 3t का differentiation है 3, तो 3i plus 2, here use the power rule, so 2 into 2 4t j और 5 constant है तो उसका differentiation हुआ 0. So that is a v, that is what v. Second a find करना है, so a is what actually dv by dt. So इसका differentiation लो, तो d by dt of 3i plus 4t j, sorry 3i plus 4t j. So differentiation क्या होगा? So a is equal to 3 का differentiation 0 constant है तो उस 4 का differentiation ऐसे ही 4 और t का differentiation 1. So 4 into 1 into j. So this is the acceleration. So acceleration is what? 4j and velocity was 3i plus 4tj. So that is our answer. Now find the magnitude and direction of velocity at t is equal to 1 second. तो second find करते हैं चलो. Second, find the velocity magnitude of velocity at t is equal to 1 second. So what is v1? So v1 is equal to 3i plus 4, t is replaced by 1. So 4 into 1 into j. So answer हो गया 3i plus 4j. That is velocity at 1 second. At 1 second. What is magnitude? Under first component square plus second component square. So यहाँ पे फाइंड करते हैं मैग्नीट्यूड क्या आएगा. सो v इज इक्वल टू अंडर फर्स्ट कंपोनेंट स्क्वायर मतलब 3 स्क्वायर प्लस सेकेंड कंपोनेंट स्क्वायर मतलब 4 स्क्वायर. तो 3 स्क्वायर प्लस 4 स्क्वायर 9 प्लस 16 25 का रूट हुआ 5 मीटर पर सेकेंड. डायरेक्शन कैसे फाइंड करनी है? सो डायरेक्शन tan थीटा इज इक्वल टू वी वाई अपॉन वी एक्स. तो इसको कंपेयर करो, वी एक्स इज इक्वल टू 3 एंड वी वाई इज इक्वल टू 4. कंपेयर करो वी एक्स आई प्लस वी वाई जे. सो आई का कोफिशियंट वी एक्स है और जे का कोफिशियंट वी वाई है. सो वी एक्स इज इक्वल टू 3 एंड वी वाई इज इक्वल टू 4. सो पुट हियर, सो 4 अपॉन 3. सो दिस इज अवर आंसर. सो थीटा इज इक्वल टू व्हाट? tan inverse 4 upon 3. This is theta. Means angle with x axis. Angle with x axis tan inverse 4 by 3. Or if you know this value 4 by 3, then if you remember the trigonometry table, then this value of this tan theta is at for particular value of theta, that 53 degree. What is this? 4 by 3, 53 degree. Okay, all of you guys note this, and your answer is this one, 3i plus 4tj and a is equal to this one, 5 meter per second, theta is equal to 53 degree with x axis. यहाँ पे देखो 53 डिग्री विथ एक्स, tan इनवर्स 4 by 3. ओके, tan इनवर्स 4 by 3 मतलब क्या? 53 डिग्री हुआ ना. इफ़ यू नो दिस ट्राइंगल, इफ़ यू नो दिस वन इज थीटा, दिस वन इज 3, 4 and 5, then tan 37 is equal to what? 3 by 4, and tan 53 is equal to what? 4 by 3. Okay, so this is our triangle, if you remember this one, and we studied about this in the previous sessions. Okay, so all of you guys note this example in your books, then after we are go to this next one. Note it. Let's see example number 4.20 from the textbook, same one. The position is given by this one, position given by this one, where t is in second, coefficient properties, find v of t and a of t. So first one, what is v of t? So v of t is equal to dr by dt. So remaining task is homework. A of t is what? So a of t is equal to dv by dt. Remaining task is in homework, because we solved the same example just before it. Okay, and magnitude and direction at t is equal to 2 सेकेंड. सो बी भी होमवर्क में रहेगा, मतलब आप v2 फाइंड कर लो, जो भी आंसर है उसका अंडर रूट का फर्स्ट कंपोनेंट स्क्वायर प्लस सेकंड कंपोनेंट स्क्वायर प्लस थर्ड कंपोनेंट स्क्वायर करो, आपका आंसर हो जाएगा. ठीक है, तो ये आपका आंसर फाइंड करना है. और इसका आंसर क्या आएगा? देखो आंसर v का ये आएगा, a का आएगा -4j, और v मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ v √73, and theta is equal to tan inverse -8/3 with x axis. Okay, so this is the answer, that is our answer. Okay, all of you guys note this, then after we are go to this next one.